So let's get into what crochet patterns I have seen for the fall that I wanted to share with you and hopefully make myself one day. Hello, welcome to another episode of Wander and Create with Emma. I'm Emma of Wander and Create with Emma, that is the name of this channel and all my social media accounts. I'm a knitter and crocheter who's been doing so for about 10 years, and in the last couple of years I've been designing and selling patterns too. If you're a regular here, you'll know that a few weeks ago I posted a video that was all about my making plans for fall, but they were all knitting patterns. And you know, I'm a crocheter as well, so although I may not get around to making some crochet patterns, I did want to cover the crocheters as well. So I was having a little look around and there were a couple of patterns I saw that I was like, I really want to just share these, even if it's something that I come back to later and take a look. So although I may not be crocheting anytime soon, there are so many beautiful patterns out there for fall and winter wear in the crochet world that I really felt like it was warranted to make a video as well to share them with you, and also have the opportunity to hear what you're planning to crochet this fall and winter. So let me know in the comments below. Before we get into it, I just wanted to touch on what I'm wearing today in this video. So I'm wearing the Hornbe Vest, a sweater vest that I designed myself. It's crocheted, it's just in the final stages of testing. That's just all wrapping up now, incorporating the feedback, getting the photos and like seeing how the testers have interpreted the pattern with the colours, etc. is kind of always exciting to see that come together. So just to talk about it a little bit more, it is crocheted, you start its bottom up, so you can kind of customise the length. It has a split ribbed hem and it's half double crochet. There's a special technique I include in the pattern I discovered because it's half double crochets. There's a special technique to kind of avoid a spiral happening when you're joining in the round. So that's a new technique for anybody that kind of is looking for a tiny little challenge, but it's also good for beginner crochets too, because it is just one stitch going round and round before you separate to work back and forth with the back and front. There's a bit of neck shaping, and then you seam together, add the ribbing for the armholes and the neckline. So it's very easy to do, and it's going to be perfect for this time of year. Now the fall has actually arrived and it's suddenly got colder this week in Vancouver. I have been wearing it a few times. I've worn it to the office and I've worn it just going out for walks, getting coffee. Like, it's very versatile. Obviously you can layer it, you can have it with nothing underneath like I have today, or you can have like a long sleeve top over it, wear a shirt over the top, etc. It's very versatile and very simple. I think it's kind of a style that has a bit of longevity, so I'm excited to get it out there. And if you would like to be one of the first to know when the pattern is released on Tuesday and get an exclusive discount, you can sign up to my newsletter. I'll put a link in the description below, but signing up to my newsletter will give you an exclusive newsletter subscriber discount. And I promise, like, being on my email list does not mean you're going to get spammed with emails from me. I only tend to send them out when I've got something to share with you, for example like a pattern release, or it might be I'm looking for testers for a new pattern I've designed. I kind of go to my newsletter first, and if there's any other updates I have that I want to share with you, then I'll email you, but I promise you it's infrequent and it'll be worth it to get discounts and maybe other things in the future, who knows. And just a couple more things about the pattern. The pattern is size inclusive. It's going to be available in 9 different sizes, going from a 30-inch bust to a 62-inch bust, plus this pattern has 4 inches of positive ease. Obviously you don't have to follow that. The pattern guides you to kind of measure your bust or the widest part of you, and then, you know, add that 4 inches of positive ease, and you can select, you know, you could select a size smaller if you want no ease, negative ease, or go higher if you want more than 4 inches positive ease. Like, that choice is yours, but the options are there. And it has been tech edited, so I am like super happy with it. The feedback I've got from testers has also been really helpful to make a couple of tweaks just to the neckline shaping. So I'm really excited to get this out there in just a couple of days' time. Okay, so let's get into what crochet patterns I have seen for the fall that I wanted to share with you and hopefully make myself one day. First up is the Granny Aran sweater by Iron Lamb. Now this sweater I have made before, but I've made the kids granny go around sweater. I made it for some friends of mine who had twins, and so I thought that would be a really cool way to make two and have different colour combinations, which I did, and it's a raglan style sweater, so obviously starting top down. And it's basically like making a big granny square. It's granny square or granny stitches, and you're going round and round. You can change the colour whenever you want. It's completely a fun project to play with. So I really would like to make the adult version and have my own one to do, and have fun kind of coming up with the colour combinations, which, as I said before, I can struggle with trying to like really just commit to some colour combinations. But I think it would be a really fun, fairly quick project to do. And yeah, I do love these ones where you have like different colours, so you can really kind of go crazy or not with the colours that you want to combine. And obviously in that way is a great stash busting opportunity as well, because you could do different colours per row, or just using up those tiny little bits and have patches. So yeah, really fun, really recommend giving it a go. The next one is the Coast sweater from Air Crochet. Now this is the pattern that really prompted me to want to make this video, because I was having a look around on Ravelry, just having a browse, and I came across this pattern, and isn't it beautiful? Like, it looks so soft, so cozy. At first I didn't realise it was crochet, and I say that not thinking like crochet doesn't look as nice as knitting or whatever it is some people say, just I simply couldn't see straight away that it was a crochet. I just kind of assumed it was a knitting until I opened up the pattern. I was like, oh wow, it's crochet, and it has some really interesting style to it that I just think I really want to give it a go and make. And as I say, it just looks cozy. I feel like the name The Coast perfectly describes it, because I can really imagine wearing this like on the beach on a cooler morning or evening, with a cup of coffee, just having a lovely time. The sample itself is made with Icelandic wool, and sorry because I know I'm not going to pronounce this correctly, but it is Plötulopi yarn. So I know the yarn, Lopi yarn, I'd heard of that from Iceland before, but I guess this is a slightly different version. It looks super soft, quite fluffy. I wonder if my version will be made with that or not. I'll have to see when I get around to making it, like one day. Yeah, and it goes up to a 64-inch bust, so another size inclusive pattern. To be honest, I probably wouldn't include any patterns that were not size inclusive. The last of the crochet sweaters that I wanted to share in this video is the African Flower Sweater by Susanna of FOSBAS Designs. I love the granny square sleeve of this. It's a nice little cute pop on the sleeve, and I think that's really fun. Again, it's another opportunity to colour combo and stash bust and all of those things. Like, I think it looks like a really fun make. This one is made with cotton yarn, so maybe it's also a summer make as well, you know, something to cover when it gets a little bit cooler. But I feel like you could easily change it for any kind of yarn as long as you're meeting gauge, obviously. But yeah, I really kind of find that a fun design, just having a little crochet granny square insert into the sleeve. I thought that was very fun. Okay, so moving on from sweaters, we're going to go to shawls. I don't have too many shawls, and I really love the idea of them, just that idea of having a bit of a blanket around you. Again, it's that cozy feeling. I only have really one shawl, actually, to be honest. It is a crochet one. I made it for my brother's wedding to have something I could cover up in the evening, just put around me. So it is a bit more of a summery one, so I'd love to make a kind of thicker, cozy one. So these are the ones that I have seen while having a browse on Ravelry for this video. So the first one I saw was Mars Pareri shawl by Crababble Designs. So the description of this one says it's inspired by Outlander, which I must confess I haven't actually seen more than the first episode of that many years ago. And I know it's huge and people love it. So, you know, give this video a like or comment below if you think like you really have to watch Emma, like, come on, it's so good. Because I have heard good things. It wasn't that I didn't enjoy the first episode, it's just I never went back to watching it. Or the books, there's a book, right, too. I haven't read that either. But what I really liked about this was that kind of wraparound idea, because, you know, shawls, like a triangle one, for example, kind of goes over your shoulder, and maybe you need a pin or something to keep it in place. So I liked the idea that this you can kind of put round and wrap around you, and then it's therefore like very secure, your shoulders are covered. and you're not going to have to worry about it slipping off. So that is what really appealed to me about this pattern. And the next shawl, and actually again I have 3 shawls, so 3 sweaters, 3 shawls. The next shawl I have is the Weekend Waffle shawl by Wild Bird. So I really liked this little scarf because it reminded me of some of the knitted patterns I've seen of these kind of cute little sophisticated knitted scarves. Like I think Petite Knits has one called the Sophia scarf. Yeah, and I really like them. So I was kind of excited to see a crochet version, you know, or not a crochet version, but a scarf in a crochet design that is similar to that theme, because I really like them. And this pattern actually has 3 different sizes. So you can do like a small one, you can make a medium size, or a really, really large one to have like full wraparound for the really cold weather. So I really liked this. It's very like simple, stylish design, and I'm kind of tempted to try and squeeze that into my other like knitting plans that I have, just to have something for the fall. I have a couple of cowls, but yeah, a nice little scarf would be a cute touch, I think. Then last up for shawls is the Odyssey Scarf by TL Yarn Crafts. This is a gigantic scarf and I love it. I love the colour combinations that Tony has gone for. I'd probably want to use the same combinations. It's giving very Pacific Northwest, which is obviously where I'm living right now. But I also love like the tinier details, like the twisted tassels at the end. Like it just gives a little extra kind of piece of style, and it looks very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like very thought through, very detailed, kind of very like store-bought. And yeah, I haven't done the twisted tassels before. I've done tassels, but it ends up looking very, I don't know, maybe this is a me problem rather than a pattern problem, but I always think it looks a bit handmade, but probably because I can't cut in straight lines, so it always looks very jagged. Definitely a me problem, but I really like the twisted little effect that this scarf has, and it's huge. So you'd definitely be keeping warm. You could obviously just use it as a wrap or as a scarf, so again, quite versatile. Okay, and then the last thing, and that's probably enough for one episode, is a hat, because obviously kind of no fall and winter can go without a hat, or not for me anyway. So the crochet hat that I have seen is the Pescador Hat by Nomad Stitches. I love this like classic ribbed kind of fisherman hat look. It's a bit like the Manhattan hat by Tori Yu that I knitted last year, and I love that hat, and I just love that kind of style of hat, toque, beanie, whatever you want to call it in general. So the idea of kind of having a crochet version and trying out that is kind of exciting to me. So I keep wanting to say I'll probably do that this year, but then I remember all the other projects that I've already committed to that are more like gift knits that I need to make this year. So maybe this hat and the shawls and the crochet sweaters are all going to be, if I have time, I'll get to that. We'll see. So yeah, while I'm fairly confident I'm probably not going to get to any of these across the winter period, or maybe I will into early next year, I wanted to share them with you. They're beautiful, and it'll be helpful to me to come back to this video at a later date. I've also summarised all of this in a blog on my website. I've got the link to that description below, a link to that in the description below, and I would love to know what your crochet plans are for the fall winter season, or knitting plans. I'd love to see more projects or patterns I haven't seen, and just have a chat about what each other's making, so please comment below. And in general, if you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos from me. I would really love that. And don't forget, the Hornbe sweater vest comes out on Tuesday, and if you want a discount on the pattern, sign up to my newsletter below. And that's all from me for this week. I will see you next time.